everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here to do the romance and creativity reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the month of January 2019. I hope that you enjoyed your December 2018 love and creativity reading. If you haven't already, you do have a general reading for your sign on my channel for the month of January. So if you're interested in general issues for you this month, do check out your general reading as well. All right, so we're looking for love, romance, and creativity messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Love, romance, and creativity. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, January 2019. Well, there's that entrepreneurial spirit. That is you in that card, that Leonian fire, Sagittarius, Aries energy, fire energy. So I think you have a lot of passion for something. We'll see if it shows up in your reading. But there is a lot of passion there. That was definitely a message for one or a group of Leos. Messages for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. January 2019, love, romance, creativity, Leo. January 2019, romance, creativity, Leo. Love, romance, creativity, Leo 2019, January 2019. Something swiftly coming in, and then you're going to get rid of a burden. That was another message for a Leo or a group of Leos. Love, romance, creativity, Leo, January 2019. All right, here we go, Leo. This is a pretty in-depth 9-card spread. We're going to take a look at central issues, your column, and your partner's column. I mean, lots of really nice energy here, that's for darn sure. You've come a long way with a partner, or if you're seeking somebody, maybe you have more in common than you thought, or you're getting a little bit further ahead with one another. Definitely new opportunities here, something beginning, something starting. Here in the center for you both, a lot of growth opportunity here, someone who's very down to earth and practical. We're dealing with very possibly some earth or water energy, or again, someone who's very practical, someone who's very emotional. And then we're dealing with someone who's quite youthful or has sort of rushing energy, someone who's very excited, very risky behavior, not always a bad thing, but depending what they're up against, someone who's willing to rush in here. This is the partner's column. Just looking at the final cards here, someone who's willing to rush through or into something, as opposed to someone who's really giving where they are and how far they've come a great deal of thought. So because this is your column, this is a very sensitive trio, as opposed to this side here. There's something very exacting over here. This is the card of Libra. But something very exacting here, indecision over here, and then rushing towards something. So I don't think you and your partner, or someone that you have your eye on, or someone that you're looking forward to, for example, really are on the same page necessarily. And there also are really no big communication cards here. There's no 8 of Wands. There's really nothing besides here with the 2 in your partner's column, which suggests that they have a decision to make, or they're unwilling to make a decision rather. So yeah, and someone who's being very exacting over here, someone who's able to sort of vacillate ad nauseum, and then someone who's like, you know, their heart is on their sleeve. So really just vastly different energies here from one column to the other. If this isn't about a potential partner or real partner for you at this time, and it's about a creative outlet, then I suggest that this is saying that you keep balance at this time and that you go ahead and take a calculated risk here toward a creative endeavor that you feel that you've come so far at realizing and that you want to move ahead with a great deal of confidence here. So let's look at each card in its respective position. We have the current state, which is a really nice new opportunity here. This is a relatively passionate card, but something that's being offered to you universally here. There's a new opportunity, a new passion, new understanding about yourself or someone else with regard to this relationship or concept. But certainly as the current state, it's very exciting. You finally could have come to common ground on something together, and it looks like the beginning of perhaps a new chapter for you both. But why are you finishing the month, for example, reassessing everything, right? Energetically, it's in opposition to your end of month energy, what you're coming out of the end of the month with, as opposed to your partner, and it matches theirs, right? Which is sort of a rushing, excitable energy. So beware that you're not being pushed or talked into something here, because something may look exciting, or even if it's temporary, this is a very longevity. My heels are dug in. I have patience. I'm willing for something to grow here. So maybe don't feel rushed into something. Again, if this is a creative project, this is really good omen for moving ahead. Take all your ideas, concepts, dreams, aha moments, whatever that is, around a creative project, and at least write it down. At least start making notes. Jot things down. Don't edit yourself. Don't consider anything superfluous. Just write it all down and go through it at another time, possibly at the end of the month here when you have some reassessing time. Here in your partner's current position, I think they're offering you love. I think that they have some love to give you, but it's all they have. So either this is good enough for you or it isn't. Okay. It could even feel like a real soul energy. You could feel very touched by it. It is in relation to your own sensitivity. But again, there's a cold energy in facing it. The face of the creature on this card is facing cold energy. So, just again, beware that this person isn't sort of using words and behaviors and what looks like nurturing and compassion to overpower you, because they know it's what you need to hear or see or feel right now. There's just a great deal of coldness over here. So just beware that what is in their cup is pure and real before you accept it. Also, it's early in on it, right? There is a purity level here, but you're early in on the cups. I think from a partnership, what you'd like to see is a 10. Right? Ideally, we want to see the 10 of cups. That's this overarching, pure love, abundant, and emotional wellness here. But this is really early in the game. So something does exist here. A love does exist here. But again, just make sure that their cup is matching your cup. We don't see the 2 of cups here. So they may be speaking a language. You might notice just briefly in her card, which represents your column, is the seahorse. Okay, so I think they are able to interpret what you need to hear and feel right now, but because of this semi-distant or objective or even cold energy, that justice energy here relating to it, it could feel as though it's still lacking or it's not enough. The nature of your issue is practicality, earthy energy, patience, reliability, growth, okay? Long-term, slow, capital S, slow growth here. Nature of your issue is very practical. It's grounded in reality. This could be where you live, where you work, how you clean, how each other takes care of the house, each other, etc. I just want to back up for a second and say the for anyone where this isn't a relationship and this is a creative endeavor, I would say that follow your heart here. Follow what your heart, where your heart is leading you here outside of a relationship for creative endeavors. This is how you're going to be most successful here. So listen very, very closely to the most purest part of your own heart. Again, very practical, sort of Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurian energy. Someone who's very firmly planted on the ground. A lot of earthy sexuality as well. But someone who's very reliable, someone who actually plants things, a planter, a gardener, someone who has a great deal of patience, a very natural nurturer, and a very good friend. So if this is, again, outside of relationships as a creative endeavor, this would be someone who's worked very, very, very hard to get where they are now. That King of Pentacles is going to bring you that reward, and that's the very next step. So stay true to your path here, Leo. Romance. So yeah, here is your desire and your partner's desire. It's the Lovers. A decision needs to be made here. No one wants to make the decision. You know, it could be something as simple as it's just not working out. Someone needs to decide this is over, and then what are the practical steps toward that being over. But I want you to recognize something here. The Lovers card it's a pretend debate between the mind and the heart when you already know what to do. This is, I don't want to make a decision. So both of you are really, or they don't want to hear it, okay? But both of you are actually on the same page here. I think a tough decision could be necessary, whether that's moving forward together. A tough decision needs to be made about how to do that. Maybe it's taking a break. Maybe it's deciding something's complete. But big time decision making around the head and the heart, even though you're going to make it about the heart, it's really about your head. You have to have peace of mind over this, and they're not giving it to you. They won't give it to you. So someone else could be making something very difficult for you at this time with regard to your desire. If this is a creative venture, I would say to just make that decision. Be willing to make a mistake and just make a decision. Move forward. Do not rest around a project or venture. Here in your challenge, your partner's challenge, yeah, this message of love, and then a really cold, what do you deserve? So are you really coming from two different angles here, Leo? Maybe if you need a lot of emotional support, this isn't the month to turn to a lover. At this time, it might be wise to turn to a professional or a friend. And again, reassessments, they're willing to rush ahead. You really need to assess what's going on here in a very practical manner, something that you need to be honest with yourself about in a very practical, real way. It could have something to do with the home, right? What's growing the home, very practical. This is, okay, Pentacle energy is so everyday. It's like the mundane type thing, dishes, laundry, cleaning, that type of thing. So just something needs to be cleaned up here. But someone's in a rush or you feel pushed, and you really need to either slow down or get your bearings on something here. So if you're not meeting a partner eye to eye, I would really just trust yourself, trust your instincts at this time, rely on yourself. Maybe they simply don't have what you need as an offering at this time, or you need to become more secure and aware and secure of what it is you really need, and then make that evident, and then they can reasonably decide, yeah, I will give that to you, or I can and I will, or they can say, look, that's not something I can give you, and then you both sort of move away from that with love in your heart. There doesn't have to be any hate, right? Yeah. So what jumped out of the Wisdom of the Oracle was the never-ending story. This is the drama card. Drama, drama, drama. No more drama, okay? You want to get out of that. It's a time suck. Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. I think this is part and parcel of moving forward. I think something does need to be forgiven. I think equilibrium is necessary at this time. It's not being offered to you. It's something you need to seek and realize for yourself at this time, at least for the month of January. So that is your reading for January, Leo. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it was helpful. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.